Pisces, this is Nightbird Tarot. I'm here to do your daily check-in. Today is April 14th, 2026. But when you find this message is when you're meant to receive it. We're going to take a look at what the Wild Soul Animal Oracle card says this morning, and then we'll pull some tarot cards. Let's call in spirit. Okay. Let's pull a card from the Wild Soul Animal Oracle deck and to get an overall feeling for the reading today. And then we'll pull some tarot cards. I hope that you're all doing well. Today is Tuesday. I put your money story out last night, so make sure you take a look at your money story. Things are looking better financially this week. This will be a general reading, so take what resonates, leave the rest. Not all readings will resonate with everyone. Spirit, what is the most important message for Pisces at the time they're viewing this message, please? What does Pisces need to know right now? Too many. Okay. So we have the moose, and the word is authority. So let's read from the book on the moose, as you can see here. See what the word authority for the moose. Okay, so the moose, with its imposing presence and majestic antlers, symbolizes authority, leadership, and self-esteem. Known for its strength and celerity nature, the moose represents the power of self-confidence and the ability to stand tall in one's truth. This card suggests that you may need to step into the position of authority and assert your leadership. The moose reminds you that true authority comes from self-respect and inner strength. Step into your power and assert your authority. Confidence and self-respect are key to effective leadership. So you may need to, today really step into an authority or a leadership position, showing your strength and confidence, perhaps in a position that you're in. And really, I guess, it could be like running a business the way that it should be run, something like that. Stating to what your expectations are in a situation. That kind of energy is what I'm feeling here. Let's pull some tarot and see what's going on. Okay. Spirit, what is the most important message? Okay. So in the recent past, I have the strength reversed here. There's a little bit of weakness, perhaps in the past here. Maybe not showing your authority. Page of Cups reversed. And we have the Four of Pentacles. So what I'm seeing here in the recent past is a weakness that you have, perhaps being an authority figure. So perhaps you're not, putting your foot down when it comes to something in the recent past. You may be dealing with somebody that's a little bit selfish, and instead of using your authority or leadership skills, you have let them slide because they are immature, lazy. You've let things slide is what it feels like, because there's a weakness behind this. This could have something to do with business, with the Four of Pentacles here. So perhaps somebody within a business setting or a financial setting, you've let somebody slide a lot here. Somebody that's immature, somebody that's lazy. Instead of standing in your power or leadership or in a leadership position, you've let this person slide. Perhaps to hold things together, instead of, what is that? That saying, that spirit is saying something to me like rocking the apple cart, ruffling feathers. Instead of ruffling feathers, you've not said anything to this lazy, younger energy in order to keep things protected within the business or financial. So instead of, sitting this person down and saying, okay, you're not doing what is required of you, you didn't want to upset the apple cart, is what I keep hearing from Spirit. Present moment. So at the present moment, I see that you're doing things in a new way. You want balance in this situation. There's no longer going to be conflict. You're going to assert your leadership skills here at the present moment. You're doing things different now. You're bringing in more balance. Perhaps you're going to have to tell people like this person in the past, this young mentality, this selfish person who you may have been weak with in the past, in order just to kind of keep things calm. You've decided you're doing things different now. You're taking a leadership role. It feels like this could be a business or a group project or something like that, where you are bringing in money. And with this Page of Pentacles, you're going to do things different. You are using your mind in a different way here with the Page of Pentacles. You're using your leadership skills and your authority in order to run things the way that they should be run. There's no longer going to be conflict here with the Five of Swords here being reversed. And you're bringing in balance with the Temperance. We'll go back and clarify here. But yeah, you're going to be doing things different now. You're exposing people for who they are. You're telling them that this doesn't fly with you. This doesn't fly with the business. And that they can choose to be part of it or not. This is the way that you're going to run things in order to make it balanced and fair for everyone. Please clarify, I'm sorry, what is the near future, Spirit, in this matter? What is the near future in this matter? So I do see some breakdown here with the Tower card. Somebody's not going to like to be told this, perhaps. There's going to be some turbulence within this situation. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles here. So this could be you just maintaining your independence here, your authority, or this person could just leave. You know, if this is a business that you're running here and you're putting your foot down, you are showing your authority, your leadership. You're no longer going to be dealing with somebody that's more selfish, where you find yourself weak, not saying things so you don't upset the apple cart. You're standing in your power now. You're doing things differently. There's no longer going to be conflict here. You're exposing that person for who they are in order to bring in balance to the situation. But in the near future, they may not like this. They may end up leaving. Just so you're aware here. They may move out on their independence here. But I feel like, you know, you're standing in your authority here. You're saying enough's enough. Like, I've given you chances after chances. And if they end up leaving or you fire them or whatever the situation is here, take it as it resonates, then that's on them. But I also see you standing in your independence here. Your luxury. Look at her gown. Like, no more of this. Let's go back and clarify. Please clarify this Strength card, please, Spirit. So yeah, you were weighing what to do next, you know, about this person in the recent past. Please clarify the Page of Cups. You had to really think about things. Look at everything as a whole. Please clarify the Page of Cups. But you found yourself weak with this person. Please clarify the Page of Cups. So, you know, this is with the Lovers here. I feel like there's some type of separation. Like, you know, it's almost like they're not like the rest. There's like, perhaps you have a business and everybody does what they're supposed to be doing, but there's one person who's a little selfish here, who's not like the others. I keep hearing, you know, that song of our childhood, like on Sesame Street, one is not like the other. That's what Spirit keeps saying to me. One is not like the other. That's this person here. They're separate. They're, and again, take this like take it as it resonates. You know, if this is a family member, they're like the black sheep. That's what it feels like here. Please clarify the Four of Pentacles. This one is, you know, this one's a young-minded individual, a procrastinator. Don't mind my allergies. Sorry, I keep sniffing on camera. Please clarify the Four of Pentacles. Okay. So yeah, you know, you're trying to lead a group of people here, it feels like. You know, I keep being pulled to like, maybe you're a business owner or something. You're trying to lead people, okay? You're trying not to upset the apple cart in the recent past. But this person is very, you know, this person is selfish, immature. They're separate. They're not like the others. And in the recent past, you found yourself weak when it comes to this person and trying to decide on what to do about them. Present moment, clarify the Five of Swords, please, Spirit. So in order for you to, there's been this uncertainty about what to do about this individual. But, you don't know whether to expose them or not for who they are. But you have decided you're doing things differently here. Please clarify the Page of Pentacles. You have an uncertainty about whether to maybe let this person go, even. But you are doing things different now, the present moment. Yeah, you're laying all the burden down. You're not doing things the way that you used to do. You're changing it. You're not going to carry this heavy burden anymore with this individual. This young mentality, this lazy person, this procrastinator, the one that is separate from the rest of the group, the one that you always have trouble with, it feels like. Please clarify the Temperance. You're wanting to bring in balance so it's equal for everyone. And you're using your authority. You are taking action here. Please clarify the Tower in the near future, please, Spirit. Please clarify the Tower. Yeah, so there's going to be a phone call or there's going to be a message that comes in that changes things. Please clarify the Six of Swords, please. I do see some turbulent water coming in. Perhaps there's an argument over the phone or there's text messages here. And this is going to, unfortunately, it feels like it's going to make things not move forward. This person isn't going to like you for exposing them for who they are, for their laziness, their procrastination, not being a team player, whatever it is that's going on here. They're not going to like it that you're exposing them. There's going to be some type of turbulence or a shakeup here, which is going to leave unfinished business in a turbulent water. Clarify this Nine of Pentacles, please, Spirit. So this may not go exactly the way you want as showing your authority here with this person, but it may end up being for the best is what I'm feeling from Spirit. Yeah, so this is not something you're expecting, but this person may end up wanting to quit because they're not getting their way. Back of the deck here, we have the Two of Swords. So this is going to leave you indecisive in your mind about what to do about the situation. Boy, this person is just like ruthless. It just feels like they are so entitled. I keep feeling the entitlement from this person. You're wanting to run things a certain way. You're using your authority and your leadership skills. But there is one person, there is a black sheep within a group that wants it the way that they want it. But it's not fair for everyone else. What is the advice? What is the advice in this matter, please, Spirit? So with the death being reversed, it feels like there could be just... there's going to be a big change here to this situation. They're not going to like what you say. Please, what is the advice? So with the Chariot here, I feel like, you know, there's forward momentum. This person may quit. This person may be fired by you even. So I feel like what the advice here is to move forward from this bad situation. You may have to let this person go. One more. What is the advice? What is the advice? There's going to be some conflict here. But I feel like Spirit is saying to stand your ground. Whether they like it or not. Stand your ground. You're dealing with a bad situation here, but you need to move forward. And you need to fight your battle here. What is important to you here, Pisces? And then we have the Queen of Swords here. This is your leadership authority. Taking authority for what you believe in here in this situation. There's going to be probably some conflict with this person. They may end up leaving this whole situation altogether. So if you run a business and you've got this one person who is lazy or procrastinates, who is never available, blah, 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 you maybe end up in conflict with this person. This is a bad situation, but you need to move forward. You need to take authority in this situation here with the Queen of Swords. Believe in what you're saying here. You know, put your foot down when it comes to this individual. They may end up leaving, and you may not see this coming, saying that they're going to move on to their independence or whatever it is. You may not see it coming, but there's going to be a phone call or something coming in here, Pisces. So interesting reading today. Let's pull a message from the universe to finish up. So it looks like you're dealing with somebody, an immature person that is kind of the black sheep. And you're going to have to use your authority here in order to say, you know, this is how you're running things. And if you don't want to be part of it, that's okay. That you're going to stand your ground here. It may end up getting worse before it gets better. What is what Spirit says to me? Message from the universe to finish up the reading, please, Spirit. Message from the universe to finish up this reading. It says the past is behind you now, so drop the fears and doubts. Even though you may feel a little uncomfortable at the moment, maybe talking to this person, and slightly anxious over what is coming next, you're being urged to bring yourself back to the present moment. Your recent prayers have been heard and you're currently being worked on. So even though this may leave you a little anxious dealing with this situation, you know, perhaps in the past you've had this weakness when it comes to this person who is kind of like the oddball. They separate themselves from everyone else. They're not a team player here. And you're trying to lead people towards victory here, you know, in a situation where maybe you're making money. You know, there's this uncertainty with this person all this time. You never know what you're getting is what it feels like here. You know, but stand your ground. You know, this person may end up leaving your business or leaving whatever situation is going on here, but use your authority. Be the moose here. Stand your ground. Take a leadership role here with the Queen of Swords here, okay? And say, this is how we're going to do this. And even if this brings in conflict, it's okay. It's a forward momentum here for you to stand in your power here, to take action, to bring in balance to the situation. So I'm going to leave the message here, Pisces. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Hit the hype button, hit the like button, hit all the buttons if you feel called to do that. And I will see you tomorrow for your daily. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.